guys, welcome to The Fumble. I'm Britt Johnson. For more sports news and commentary, make sure you click subscribe and don't forget to follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson. Very often in sports, it's not necessarily about how good you are as an individual player that helps make teams great. It's about the team that is assembled together and how well they play with each other. So it's no surprise when you see a team like OKC Thunder that had Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant on the team at the same time and still managed to not win a championship. Once the team was dismantled, the players individually became better with other teams. However, this didn't work out so well for the Thunder franchise. There are some moments where both the players and the franchise benefit from the split. Buddy Hield is one that comes to mind first for me. Buddy Hield was drafted with the 6th overall pick to the New Orleans Pelicans. He spent less than a year with the franchise and didn't necessarily have a Rookie of the Year type scenario, but he was named Western Conference Rookie of the Month in December after having a breakout game, scoring 21 points, 5 of those three-pointers, in a win over the Indiana Pacers. He was traded shortly after that, along with Tyreke Evans and Langston Galloway and a few draft picks, to the Sacramento Kings in exchange for All-Star DeMarcus Cousins. Now, Cousins didn't really pan out in the long run for the Pelicans, but they have seemed to pick up the pieces since then. But everyone thought this was a bad move for the Kings. Boy, were they wrong. Cousins underwent a season-ending surgery less than a year later, and while for Hield, he became one of the top three-point shooters in the league this past season, and he's made more triples through his first 3 seasons in the league than any other player. But the Kings are still not a playoff contending team, and I think Buddy has outgrown them at this time. I don't think Luke Walton has brought out the best we could see in Buddy Hield, so this seems like third time is going to be a charm here. If Buddy Hield leaves the Sacramento Kings, the team has opened up a lot of cap space that is actually needed, plus you aren't wasting that great talent that Buddy Hield could be if he was with a more seasoned head coach. This breakup could mean more success for both the Sacramento Kings and Buddy Hield's NBA future. Kevin Love is actually another player we have seen transform over the years. Him being traded from the Timberwolves in 2014 was magic. Although he was good before, Kevin's time with the Cleveland Cavs helped him get into the best shape of his life, but I think it's time for Kevin's third charm now. In 2018, Love signed a $120 million extension with the Cavs, but the Cavs dropped to the worst team in the Eastern Conference. I think it's safe to say a trade doesn't seem far away here. The Cavs need to rebuild again, and Love's value would be much better placed in a place like Miami or even the Portland Trailblazers. And of course, I think the player and team that could benefit most from a trade happening right now is the San Antonio Spurs and DeMar DeRozan. The team acquired DeRozan in a much-needed trade that sent Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors after Kawhi refused to play with the Spurs team. The trade benefited the Raptors in the short term because they went on to win their first championship in franchise history. However, Kawhi left immediately after. And obviously it benefited the Spurs in the fact that they had somebody to play instead of somebody just sitting on the bench and not playing with the team. DeRozan, though, hasn't played his best basketball since he's been with the Spurs team. In fact, he hasn't even made an all-star team once since he's been on his new roster. He could easily opt out of his $27.7 million he's owed for this upcoming season and become a free agent, but I don't think he's going to get that much money on the market right now because he hasn't really produced that well in the last couple of seasons. The best thing maybe is to trade him so the Spurs don't have that money sitting on them. But I think he just plays the rest of his contract out through the 2021 season and then decides to go somewhere else. But obviously he has to ball out this upcoming season in order to do that. I see him as a great fit with the Indiana Pacers, but I want to know what you guys think. What player and organization do you think would benefit most from splitting up right now? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, click subscribe, and shop the Fumble store for the latest game day gear. I'm your host, Britt Johnson for The Fumble, and I'll see you guys soon.